we've run in these new companies, in some companies, 0 ads. And in the one company where we run ads, it's such a small amount compared to what we used to do.
Yeah.
It's so nominal. And so it's driven registrations for conversion events. It's driven sales for tickets to live events. It's all the things. So it sounds simple, but don't we want simple? Basically, we leverage a content strategy that uses the conviction marketing formula with some specific criteria. So we use informational context. We're very heavy on that. There's kind of a back and forth that Kelly and I probably see this a little different, but it depends on the platform that you're on. For those who are in expert-based businesses, you really showcasing in-depth knowledge consistently over time is what we see moving the needle for our clients, specifically with high ticket offers. So specifically when you're trying to get people on a call, they really want to see that you have in-depth knowledge. So it's that how-to content, which is at the bottom of the conviction marketing pyramid. Hope content, we have been seeing great results from sharing in-depth client case studies. This is what somebody came to me as. This is how I help them accomplish their goal. So it's less of the emotional, like,
yeah,
you do it, you're so great, and this is it. It's more of, this is a before picture and an after picture, whether it's, financially or spiritually, whatever that is for that client. This is how we help them get it. And then the other side of that coin is your own story. So leveraging your own before and after, the lessons you're learning, positioning yourself in even the hope content. So you're inspiring people like, hey, if you're here, you can be here. This is how you get there. This is how we help you. And then the conviction content is really just, again, where we've seen some results in this is looking at your unique differentiator, how you've chosen to do things differently in your business, and calling out what's wrong in the industry and how you've met that call and said, this is why we do it differently. And so actually, this is the greatest example I have of this is with our marketing agency. Most marketing agencies will they don't even take your content. They will just create a bunch of fluff content that's other people's quotes and generic nonsense that doesn't make sense. They have a specific posting formula. They're going to post a certain time of day. They're going to post at a certain time, and then they're going to leave it. And they're going to say they did your social media. And in theory, they did your social media, but they're not going to do the daily outbound engagement that's required. They're not going to do the messaging behind the scenes. They're not going to take the time to listen to your videos, your podcast, to pull out your content, your brilliance. And so that's a unique differentiator for us. We don't use bots. We don't use AI generated content. We don't use fluff and nonsense that gets lots of shares but doesn't get calls. That's a differentiator for us. So when we talk about how we see that in the industry and then showcase how we do things differently, it drives people to our feeds and it drives people to our DMs and it drives people to our calendars. So we've leveraged the conviction marketing formula on our social media platforms. And I'll be honest, I think everybody should be everywhere. I say this all the time. I think, if you can be on all platforms, why not build audiences everywhere? But if you're trying to keep things simple, having one platform that you learn and that you learn exceptionally well, like the algorithm, you spend time engaging on it daily, you're doing the daily things that are required, that's all you need to drive this. Then what we're doing—
Plus a backup for insurance policies.
Yeah, I do think too is always helpful because we have had stuff shut down. If you can do a minimum too. But I always say you can have your one focus and then just post somewhere else so that it's building. And then if it happens,
exactly.
You go to the other one.
Exactly.
But ultimately the goal should be to be everywhere. You do want to be on all the platforms all the time. So you're posting daily. But then we're driving people to a newsletter. And when I say newsletter, everyone's like, oh my gosh, I actually saw a post. It was so funny because the person was like, it's so 2012. And I was like, well, 2012 is making me some cash. So it's
2012, I'll tell you what. I mean, we were making some money.
I know.
Still making money.
Whatever. So the difference with our newsletters is that they're very specific. Every week on Saturday morning, you're going to get one topic. It's not a brain dump of like, listen to my podcast and like, here's 3 things and 25 nonsense. It is one content topic that's taught in depth. So we're literally going to walk you through 3 different points. We're going to explain everything. It's like a little mini masterclass in your inbox. It takes about 6 minutes to read, and that's all.